What's good? It's your boy Coach T, and welcome back to the Mud Talk Radio channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because if you're into fashion, sports, life, and culture, then you went to this channel. Let's go. So I'm back with another video today, man, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, today's video, I'm even a bit surprised myself that I'm actually doing this video, not because of the type of video. I think it's the type of shoe. You know what I'm saying? I've always told you guys that if I bring a sneaker to this channel, I deem it to be fashionable, because over here on this channel, we're bridging the gap, you know, between sneakers and fashion. I think there's a major disconnect right now in the culture. It's about collecting hype shoes and getting the most expensive stuff, not necessarily being able to put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more geared towards the crowd that's trying to figure out how to put it on. You feel me? So if you're into that, that's why you're over here on this channel. And today's sneaker is a very, very interesting shoe. I think that it's one that takes me back to high school. You know, it takes me back to even middle school where people were really going crazy over this shoe. You know what I mean? I feel like this specific sneaker, maybe not this colorway, but this specific sneaker went platinum in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had to have them. And there are a group of people today that still go crazy about them. So without further ado, I got another review for you today. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so I got the box right here. And as you can see, man, we got a matte black box with a, you know, I would say like a glossy finish to the Nike and the swoosh going on top of the box. And that continues around the side of the box. But you know, we ain't here for the box. Let's go ahead and read what's inside the box. We got the Air Foamposite 1. The colorway is black, team gold, and light Orewood brown. And that's a men's size 12 right there, man. All right, so top is off of the box. And let's go ahead and pull this joker out real quick, man. This is the first time, man, on the Mud Talk Radio channel that we are bringing a Foamposite to the channel, man. History in the making over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been with me along this journey, along this ride, man. We're about 1 year and a couple weeks into this YouTube thing, man. And this is the very first Foamposite we brought to the channel. Why is this the first time? Let's go ahead and get into that conversation. First, to kind of add some context, this sneaker does not release until this Friday, so this is actually an early look at the sneaker. How did you get an early look at the sneaker, Coach T? Because I am one of those people that watch YouTube channels and everybody got an early shoe. You know, everybody gatekeeping on how they got the early shoe. Some people don't gatekeep. They may say they bought it from GOAT or whatever, some kind of secondary market, or know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody type situation. But for me, the regular guy that's just bringing y'all shoes and talking about fashion, I'm gonna tell you that I walked in DTLR where I really don't ever shop. You know what I'm saying? My loyalty has really been to Hibbett Sports, because they look out for me, you know, on all different things. And shout out to House of Hoops as well. They definitely look out as well, but more so Hibbett Sports. But DTLR had this shoe on the shelf. And so I walked in, I'm just casually looking around because I had been outside with my brand for a while, just doing my thing or whatnot on Memorial Day. Hopefully all of y'all had a good Memorial Day weekend. It was real busy over here in my crib. But I walked into DTLR and they had this shoe sitting on the shelf. And I did a double take. I was like, hold on. Then I pulled out the sneakers app and I pulled out some other apps and I looked at it. I was like, this shoe doesn't come out until Friday, I think, or what did I say? The 31st, which is Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. And I asked the lady in DTLR, I was like, y'all already got these out? She was like, well, our release calendar is different than, you know, the sneakers app and some of these other stores. And I was like, so you mean to tell me y'all done had this shoe out? This shoe don't come out till Friday. She told me they done had this shoe on the shelf for a month. So if you're anything like me, and maybe you're not in the foams, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm not in the foams. I'm just gonna tell you that they're not necessarily at the top of my list. But I will say this, it's making me pay attention to DTLR now, because if they're putting shoes out a month early before other outlets get them, then hey, that's a way to get an early look for retail price without having to overpay for it. So this is how I'm bringing you guys an early look at a sneaker that doesn't release for another 5 days or so. No, what's today? Today is Tuesday, so it doesn't release for another 3 days, you know. But if I would have walked in there 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I could have brung you this review about 3 weeks ago, which is crazy to me, which is crazy. And hopefully they ain't breaking no rules over there at DTLR, but hey, I paid for the shoe. I ain't backdoor. It was on the shelf. I purchased it just like any other customer that walks in the door. But why do I not like Foamposites? I'm not gonna say I don't like them. You know, I actually think about the fact that when I was in high school, my main focus were on about 2 shoes with a possible third, and that third being switched up every once in a while. Number one, it was Jordans. Like, you had to get every pair of J's when I was in school. Unfortunately, like I said, I grew up poor, so when I got my own money, you know what I mean, as a teenager, we ain't gonna talk about how I got the money, but when I got it, I was the type of person that I tried to get every Jordan that came out. And so that was a must, that was mandatory. Like at school, when you show up the next day with the Jordans, you got that crowd that everybody got them, the females, the dudes, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a vibe, you know what I'm saying? There was no better feeling than to be walking through the hallways or hitting the cafeteria or posted up in the quad, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my Myers Park folk, you know, posted up in the quad with the new J's on. But anyway, the second shoe for me was definitely some wheat Timbs, you know what I'm saying? You had to have some wheat Timbs. I felt like wheat Timbs, or like at the time, yeah, I would say wheat Timbs were probably the number one, maybe some beef and broccoli, the other joints, you know what I mean? But mainly some wheat Timbs, the 6-inch joints. So we had Jordans as number one, your wheat Timbs when it got cold, and you definitely had to get some Forces. Now, what did I switch up with the Forces? Was some basketball shoes. When I say that, I had the, you know, the Charles Barkleys, we had the Penny Hardaways, we had the Chris Webbers I remember in 11th grade, and nobody had those, you know what I'm saying? So there was other shoes that I used to switch up and wear, but for the most part, Foamposites were not on my list, you know what I'm saying? Now this shoe did go platinum in the hood, gang. It did go platinum for real. I can't even cap. Everybody was getting Foamposites, but for whatever reason, I just didn't, you know what I mean? So this is the very first pair of Foamposites I'm bringing to the channel. This is the first pair I've had in my hand, and I'm excited to share this moment with you guys. All right, so for a retail price point of $240, I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you guys. This shoe, though it's really nice, and you know, as I get into the breakdown of this shoe, we want to talk about the foam, you know, material, whatever they call this on the side. This is a very nice detail, and actually having it in hand, I can see why people love this shoe. The black, the leather that goes across this part, which is part of the toe cap, you have that foam, and then you have that leather right there. You got that embroidered Nike swoosh right there, and that light Orewood brown, or maybe that's the gold. The lights are playing with me. I know that it's light Orewood brown and it's gold. You got that Penny Hardaway sign right there, that 1 cent joint going on right there. You also have that on the back, which is really dope. If you know me, you know I love sports. I coached basketball for a long time. I played, my kids played, and let's be clear, when I said I played like in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't played like in the league or nothing, but I did have the dreams to play in the NBA just like every other kid my age growing up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? That's how they told us that was the only way we head out. It was like, it was sports, it was the block, you know what I'm saying? Like college was like you go, but nobody really told you why you was going type situation. But it was sports for sure. And Penny Hardaway was one of those guys. He was the only other person that I can remember. I could actually put him on the list. Like I say, Chris Webber. You had Penny Hardaway. You had definitely Charles Barkley. There was a bunch of guys that had some really unique shoes throughout the 90s when it comes to basketball. You know, I can't sit here and name all of them right now. Sean Kemp, you know, yes, I say Sean Kemp because he had the Reeboks going on. It was just a lot, man. So Penny Hardaway was one of those guys that have an iconic shoe that not only was fire back then when I was a kid, but it stood the test of time. Now, the question is being presented today, and what I'm bringing to the channel today, along with this shoe for the first time, is, has the hype really died? I'm talking about completely died on foams, because I don't personally see people wearing them at all. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm like checking for them, but this is that one shoe I really don't see people wearing like that. Like I was just at a sneaker convention. I didn't see one person with a pair of foams on. I seen just about every shoe imaginable. I ain't seen nobody wearing foams. So I do believe this is a certain shoe that is unique to a certain crowd of people, a certain age group. You know what I'm saying? Like my 80s babies, my, you know, early 90s babies, maybe, but definitely my 80s babies and earlier than that. You know what I'm saying? You were a kid when you watched Penny Hardaway wear these, or maybe you was a teenager when Penny was hooping in these. And so in the end of the day, we have a certain connection with this specific shoe, or at least this silhouette. Now, I do find that this color pattern is really dope. It's really unique. It's universal because of the color. Like, you can really rock this with anything. As you can see, I have on this black. I could throw it on with black. You could throw it on with any color because it's light and you have black going on here. You got the black laces right here. And the sole on it is pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's pretty, I would say not versatile, but neutral is the word I was looking for. Shout out to my auntie, man. She was talking about vocabulary, getting your vocabulary up. She didn't say it to me, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to work on that. I got to work on my vocabulary. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I do think this is a dope shoe that you can style. I personally wear a 12. I tried this shoe on. The 12, it fit almost perfect, like too perfect. So I personally would recommend trying the shoe on and seeing if you need to go up a half a size. I was comfortable with the 12, like fitting perfectly. Some people might put it on and be like, hey, I need a half a size up. But this shoe drops on May 31st. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Is this a shoe that you would grab for retail? $240 is a little bit up there, you know what I'm saying, for a foam, but apparently that's regular for the Foamposites. How many Foamposites do you own? Do you think Penny Hardaway, outside of Michael Jordan, does he have the most iconic silhouette or sneaker outside of Michael Jordan? That is an interesting question, and I want to hear people's answers in the comment section, because there were a lot of dope shoes in the 90s. But a lot of them did not stand the test of time. They didn't, make it to the next generation. So we know the foam made it to the next generation. I don't know if it's made it to this generation though, because I don't see the young people wearing it. Drop it in the comment section below and then let me know what you think. All right, so I gotta give you a rating on this shoe before I get out of here. It is the first foam that I'm bringing to the channel, so it's gonna have a special place in my heart, twin. I can't even cap. So I'm looking at it, and I know we didn't talk about quality control. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get the second shoe out real quick so we can briefly go over that before I give you my rating. The materials on this shoe, the only thing I would say that you could be on the lookout for is like any type of like scratches in between the foam right here, these lines that are going up the side right here. And I'm seeing a little black here that maybe I can scratch that off. Nothing too crazy though. Overall, this shoe does look pretty good. I don't see any quality issues, especially with the leather right here. It looks pretty good, and that's some pretty good leather on there, pretty solid. Nike did a really good job putting this shoe together. But as far as my rating for this Foamposite one, it's like Orewood brown and gold and black, whatever it is. For real, I'm not gonna cap. And some Foamposite lovers might hate me for this. This is might be an unpopular opinion based on previous foams and the history of them and all of that stuff, but we're not here for that. I told you, it's my first pair. It's my first time bringing it to the channel. And I ain't even gotta give y'all no excuses for real, because I'm transparent and honest over here on this channel. We're not gonna cap. I'm gonna give you a 7.5 out of 10 for this shoe. I'm going 7.5 out of 10. And the reason I'm doing that is because I like the colorway. I like the fact that it's neutral. I like the fact that you can wear it with just about anything. I did try them on. They seem pretty comfortable. As far as the gold and the Penny Hardaway sign, I like that dope feature on there, man. That's pretty dope to me. I love that. And I have a personal connection with just watching Penny Hardaway play as a kid and all of that. And I know a lot of people say that some of the Foamposite colorways are gimmicky and they're weird, just like Jordans. Jordans come out with a bunch of colorways that people don't like. But I think this one is pretty decent. I think this one will go over well. Now, $240, will you pay $240? I don't know. I would personally wait and see if I can get it for a lower price, which most likely you will, because the young people ain't going crazy for it. So you're gonna see the price drop. You're gonna see it be accessible and available on the aftermarket. As a matter of fact, I'll put a price on the aftermarket right now on the screen to see where it stands as of today before it's released. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Let me know if you think that's too high in the comment section below. Let me know if you think that's too low in the comment section below. But as always, man, You know the saying, love is free, hate costs. You've been watching Mud Talk with your boy Coach T. I'm out.
Subscribe, like, comment, hit that post notification.
Oh yeah, you heard it first and foremost.
Go hit the like, go subscribe, go all that.
All that, man.